Welcome back. This is Rob Hoerntlein from freeformliving.com. In a minute, we're going to speak to Anna Scheller. Anna has been one of my students for 6 years now. She came to me with a desire to learn how to help people through real estate. And she was not a brand new real estate investor at the time. She was already investing in real estate, and she really felt in her heart that she wanted to use her skills as a real estate investor to help people. And she found out about me, and she came to me and she said, okay, Rob, this is what I've done so far, and what I really want to do with my business as a real estate investor is I want to help other people with it. And so we've spent the past 6 years creating a business where she's able to follow her heart's desire through her business. And we have Anna Scheller. Welcome, Anna.
Thank you. Thank you.
Tell us a little bit about what that's been like for you, the journey from being a real estate investor to changing your business slightly so that you could really bring people into your business. I know that one of the things that's really important to your heart and really close to your heart is people who are going through medical crisis. I know some other things that are really close to your heart are people who are being required to relocate for short to intermediate periods of time, and I want to hear how you've changed your business in order to include the people that you're desiring to help into your business and have your business change their lives for the better. Please help me understand that.
Okay. Well, 6 years ago, we were primarily doing the flip thing. So we were going out, finding property, turning things around, and selling them. And that's how I came in touch with Rob, because Rob was, the big thing is to get a mentor. And as long as my husband and I have been in the business, getting a mentor is a key to success, because there are tons of books, and I've read the books, and they're good books. They're excellent books out there, but there's nothing like someone to go to that says, this is how you do what's in the book. And Rob can attest to the fact that when we first started working together, there was a lot of hand-holding. So I would find a property, and I would call Rob, and with a dry mouth like I have right now, I would call him and tell him what I was seeing, and then of course I gave him how I thought I should go ahead with the property, and he brought new perspectives, gave me the courage to try things that I really didn't want to try. I was very afraid to try. And through that I learned about property acquisition. That's an ongoing learning process. As the economy changes, there are new methods, new styles, constantly learning about that with Rob and through other sources. And Rob's good because he helps me bring together all of the information I'm learning, because there are a lot of really good people out there. There's Donald Trump that's got an entire system. There's Robert Kiyosaki, who's very very much into the intellectual side of property investment and real estate wealth building. There are a lot of really good people out there with a lot of good information. But Rob's patience, Rob's been very patient with me, because in all of this, Rob's watched me go from a very frightened, tentative person who needed to work this for a lot of personal reasons, as well as wanting to help people, to the person I have become, which is, I can't say I'm a peer, but I guess I'm more of a peer than when we first started.
Absolutely, yeah, I consider you a peer. And one of the reasons I can consider you that is because this hasn't just been a business thing for you. What we've gone through has changed your entire life. I remember sometime during that first year that we were working together, you came to me and you said, Rob, this is the way my personal life had been, and my business is changing so much, my life isn't stretching far enough to incorporate all the pieces of my life that had been there. And this was not just a challenging thing for you. This happens to everybody that creates a company. When you create a company, the company demands a lot of your time, and you need to learn how to reallocate that time so you don't lose yourself, you don't lose your personal life, and you don't lose your friends, you don't lose what's going on. And I was able to help you change that. Do you remember how that was? Can you say a few words about how you were able to go ahead and change your life and make that transition from mother, wife, friend to mother, wife, friend, business person, member of the community, member of the helping communities that are helping these people that are coming into your community?
Right. Well, I remember there was this one situation, my very best friend.
Yeah, that's what I'm remembering.
Yeah, she was, I was beginning to get real involved in the business world and really starting to make some headroads in the community and needing to meet more people. And my friend, when I started in the business, I was a stay-at-home mom who homeschooled her children. I need to let you know that I'm a mother of 7 children. My husband and I have been married for going on 28 years, so this isn't a blended family. We started with Sarah, then there was Stephanie, Caleb, Mark, Susanna, David. So all of these children belong to me and my husband, not just, it's not he had 3 and I had 4, or he had 2 and I had 3 and then we had 2 together. These are all our own.
And this was a planned thing. You wanted a large family. It
We
just
did.
didn't happen.
Right,
So
right.
you'd planned to have a large family, and when your family began getting a little bit more mature, you began realizing that you've been helping your family for all these years, and you needed your heart needed to help people more, needed to bring more people into your heart so you could help them too. And this is where
Right.
we came, and that was when you began realizing that your life wasn't big enough to encompass this, and I had to help you rearrange what was going on in your heart and rearrange your priorities.
Yes, when it came to this one friend, if you'll remember.
I remember she was feeling really left out.
She was angry. I was trying to include her in some of the new things in my life, and I went over and she was absolutely furious with me. And I was excited, wanted to share this exciting event with her in my life, and she was furious. And I remember going back to Robin nearly in tears, like I've lost my best friend. And it's because of my business, and this shouldn't be a fallout of my business, because I've been led to believe that, you either choose business or you choose a personal life. You couldn't have both in my sphere of influence. And my friend had a hard time with this as well. And Rob was able to help me put in perspective her needs, because Rob's very sensitive to everyone involved in a situation. So you helped me put in perspective her needs as well as my needs. I can say to this day that person is still a very, very good friend. As a matter of fact, she's still one of my very best friends. We still stay in close contact even though she's moved out of the area now. And I have actually become a mentor to her because she's starting a business. And I've been teaching her what I know about branding, and it's not taking a hot rod and running it into your friend's rear end. It's it's creating an image of what you want to do. And I helped my friend do that, and I actually did for her what Rob had done for me, because she was having strife in her marriage over her growing business. And I was able to help her see that her husband was not completely wrong, and that she needed to listen to her husband, and he loved it because she went back to him, and she said, I think you've got something there. Anna said this, and sure enough, he began to see there was value in our friendship after all of this time.
And this is what a lot of the educators forget about. When you read the books, Robert Kiyosaki, Donald Trump, Robert Allen, and all the others, everyone seems to have the same, a real similar ratio of how much of creating this new business is technical and how much of it is emotional. And the ratio that I see most often is creating this new life and this new business is about 15% technical and about 85% emotional, but they only spend their time on that 15% technical, where what I like to bring and what I brought to your life is that 85% emotional. That if you can't keep your life moving forward with your
Right.
business, both are going to suffer. And chances are your business won't get off the ground because it's way too much to ask somebody to leave their life behind for their new
Right.
business. You can't ask that. That's just too much to ask. And so in your mentoring others, you're bringing this same philosophy. That
Right.
yes, I absolutely, positively am not going to leave you stranded on that 15% technical. I am going to give you every single detail of that because as you and I discuss all the time is there is nothing about that 15% that is logical. If it was
Mhm.
really logical and really intuitive, everyone would be doing it. Everyone that's watching this movie right now, you would all be successful in your business. If it was really that intuitive, you wouldn't need people like me or like Anna because it's logical. You would just go forward with it. And that's just not the case. It's not logical. It's not intuitive. Those of you who have been unable to break through this, well, it should go this way. Why isn't it going this way? It must not work. Those of you who haven't broken through that yet, you need to find somebody that's going to help you understand that just because you think this is the reasonable direction to go, you went that way and it didn't work. You need to find somebody like Anna or myself, and you need that 15% technical, really explain, lots of hand-holding, so that you don't need to feel comfortable moving forward. As Anna said, sometimes she didn't feel comfortable moving forward, but she followed every instruction I gave her to the letter. And as she was grasping around in the dark, learning this, she never hesitated to pick up the phone and say, "Rob, this just doesn't feel right. I must have misunderstood. Please explain it to me again." So we would go over it again so that she would feel forward, moving through the darkness of not knowing how to do this until she came out to the light. And in finally understanding, okay, now I'm looking back on it, now I can see. So that 15% technical, yes, all the educators are absolutely correct. You have to be able to find somebody that you can follow without question, because you're going to be doubting yourself, you're going to be second guessing yourself, and you need somebody that you can reach out and have this person take you by the hand and say, yes, you're doing it right. Let me just explain it to you again from a different angle so that you can get a little bit more understanding of it. So that is very important, but even more important, in my opinion, and in Anna's opinion, as we mentor people ourselves, is that 85%. You need to be able to bring all of it together. You need to find out, okay, my business is doing okay, but my life is falling apart. Why is that? Okay,
Right.
we bring that 85% and we explain what's going on. We help you bring your family, your spouse, your children, your friends forward with you. Yes, your relationship with them will change.
Right.
Because your life has changed. And every time your life changes, whether it's for the good or the bad, your relationship with everybody in your life changes. So what we do is we help you understand how it's changing, why it's changing, and it's not a cookie cutter thing. This isn't something you can read in a book, because Anna had her life. No one I had ever dealt with before had Anna's life. So I couldn't say, okay, Becky did it this way. I can use that as an example, but she can't do it the way Becky did it. She has to do it the way Anna needs to do it. And Anna, just the same way that Anna brought her best friend forward and helped her after she got her business going, helped her repair her life and put it back in order. That's that 85%.
Definitely, definitely. And